Welcome back, folks. Today we start our Anything Goes week, and today we have Combat Ineffective. I've got a bunch of replays from you guys, and a bunch that I'm going to show. Looks like Combat's having a little trouble driving here, but I've got a bunch of replays that I am going to record today, but they're going to go out next week. You guys need to send in your first class, your second class, your third class, your no class. I want to see some replays that are just okay. And if I don't get any, I'm going to put up some of mine because I want to show, what I want to show is that not every game is a great game. And I want to give an opportunity to those of you that have not had a chance to really get your replays shown on here. And I'm not going to make fun of anything you do. I'm not going to comment on what you do. I mean, I'll explain, I'll do a play-by-play for you. But I want to see your guys' replays. I want to see how your average game goes because you get the impression that every game I play is an ace, and it's absolutely just not the case. We're all learning. You know, I make mistakes in my games too, and I want you guys to be able to get up on the channel if you want to be on the channel. If you don't, that's fine too. I'm not going to force you to be on the channel, but I want you guys to have an opportunity, if you're not able to get an ace, to get up here and get in the limelight a little bit. Now, I've got a bunch of third mark games, and I've got a bunch of other games that I want to show, but that's not going to be this week, okay? This week is dedicated to games that aren't perfect, all right? So with that said, we've got Combat here. He is in his WZ-132, which is not a very good tank, and he's on Airfield, which is not a very good map for it. So he's just moving back and forth, and this is wise, right? Because you don't want to stay in one place, and he's a bottom tier tank. So he's just popping up to get spots safely and pulling back. And in a tier 10 game, that's kind of what you have to do. There's an E75 back there, and he is now lit. Now, that Combat, that gold round, that round is never going to go in. The only way you might stand a chance is if you had a gold round there for lower plate, or wait for him to turn his turret. So anyway, E75 lower plate is over 200 flat on. So anyway, so he's just taking shots of opportunity, which is great, right? And he's lighting up this E75, and it looks like he's pushing forward. This is a little dangerous in a tier 10 game, but nevertheless, he's up front. Look at these guys. This T-54 he won is just ignoring him. I wonder if Combat has a stealth cloak on or something. Oh, here he comes. He's going in to help out the E50. It looks like the T-54 E1 has fired at least 2 of his shells. I think he's fired them all, Combat, just by the way he's moving. So, well, apparently he hasn't. And Combat's coming up to give some help. And now he's fired all his shots off. It's pretty obvious. You never want to do this in any tank with a long reload that's got an autoloader, and that thing has like a 35-second reload. I think he got angry at someone and just came over. So Combat was the recipient of that good luck, and that's always nice when you see somebody that's overcommitted, when you can take advantage of that. And he's already got 1,400 damage and 1,200 assists. So in a tier 10 game, I would consider this a pretty successful game already, you know. So he's going up into the bushes. Oh, that E75. Uh-oh. And a Carnarvon. Run! Run, Combat, run! Oh my gosh, and they have another guy in base. Get out of there. That's the beauty of being in the light tank. You can escape easier. But he's got some additional information for his team, right? He knows where the E75, the Centurion is, and the Carnarvon. Nice shot there. So he took a little damage, but it's 8-4 at this point, and I don't blame him for sitting there and taking that shot. I would have done the same exact thing, quite honestly, Combat. So send your replays in. I don't care if they're great, not great, it doesn't matter. Send them in, boys. And girls, if we have any girls watching. So 9-4, Combat is going in. Going in hard. Let's see, does he have shots? Not yet. So it's 10-5. He's lit up the enemy. And now he is, ouch, behind the 430. But he's behind the enemy tank, so good for him. Can't take too many more hits in this thing. Ooh, I wonder if that Carnarvon's paying attention. So he's going to get stuck in between an ISU and a Carnarvon, looks like. And I heard the Carnarvon fire, so he's doing the smart thing, and he's watching, right? And he's using the ISU 152 as cover. Wow. So that's a really sad thing. That Carnarvon actually, even in a tier 10 game, is not a bad tank. There you go. Nice shot on the move. 2,100 damage, 1,600 assists thus far. So you got to be happy with that. And he's using standard rounds here. That looks like the end of the game with 2 kills, 2,300 damage, 1,600 assists. Let's take a look at the after action report on this. So the after action report is he's got a first class, boys and girls. 1,137 base XP, 30,000 credits. He was top of his team with his 1,187 base XP. He beat the Progetto by over 100, 2,500 damage. So he must have hit a blind shot there because he didn't have 2,500 on the board. 17 shots, 15 hits, 11 pens. That's pretty normal. That the gun on this is very derpy and it doesn't have great penetration. 7 enemies hit and 2 killed and 2,000 assists. So that's 4,500 combined in an airfield in a tier 10 game. I'm kind of surprised that's not an ace, but nevertheless, he made 18,000 credits because he didn't fire any gold rounds. And nothing special on the XP front because he doesn't have a premium account or any boosters going. So appreciate you guys watching. Again, send in your replays or I will put up some of my terrible replays or some of my replays where I didn't do quite as good. But I want to see your guys' replays. And like I said, I'm only going to commentate them. I'm not going to make fun of anybody. I'm not going to really deeply analyze things. I might say a thing or two, you know, you could have gone here or there, but I really want it to be a fun week for you guys, especially you guys that are having a hard time getting aces. Thanks again for watching. Toadster out.